The board and management continue to be focused on identifying and addressing the threats and challenges to the industry arising primarily in the external environment, from the pandemic to changes in regulation. As the economy continues to reopen and the majority of Australians are vaccinated, we have to do everything possible to reposition Australia's global competitiveness and attract new investment into our domestic markets from offshore. Critical to this is maintaining a flow of foreign capital to support a robust local private capital industry. This will allow investors to make investments into companies that create jobs and in industries that will grow right across the Australian domestic economy. Ensuring there's a right mix of policy settings that attract foreign capital and make Australia an attractive destination will be essential for success. And this is a core area of focus for the AIC board and management. The last 12 months have also seen material changes in the external regulatory environment for the financial services industry and the superannuation sector specifically. The AIC, through the board with its broad representation from across the sector and the networks and expertise of the management team, has maintained a strong focus on how changes in the regulatory environment for one of our key constituencies, being the super funds, may shape the future of the sector. Our response to this regulatory change represents a great example of how the private capital sector needs to continue to embrace and to be part of the change that governments and policymakers will continue to drive in the financial services sector generally, and specifically in the ever-growing superannuation sector.
We know private capital is a people business. As we continue to look to build and grow great businesses across all areas of the ecosystem, access to skills and talent are an important part of everyone's ability to be successful. We are seeing skill shortages in the US and also here in Australia as we are opening up from lockdowns. Continued growth of new industries and innovation will put more demand for skills and experience to support the knowledge-based economy. Australia will continue to rely on migration thought initiatives like the Global Business and Talent Acquisition Task Force and Global Talent Scheme to attract the best and brightest talent. And this is an example where Yasser and his team at AIC work closely with policymakers to ensure the industry is getting access to the best and brightest. This ability to work with policymakers to ensure great outcomes for all of the industry, and more importantly, for the growth of the Australian economy, will remain a focus of the AIC over the coming years.
Looking forward over the short to medium term, maintaining deal flow and investing in companies that are aligned to future growth opportunities will be front of mind for the sector. Trends around digitisation of the economy and the desire for sustainable and responsible investments to address the challenges of resource scarcity and climate change will also be important factors to support the emergence of new investments. These new investments will support new jobs, new skills, increase productivity, improve economic capacity, and build a more resilient nation. I'm sure that exciting and challenging times lie ahead for the sector, and I feel confident that the AIC is well positioned to continue to support the ongoing growth of the private capital sector, and most importantly, the delivery of strong long-term net returns to investors.